Hi everybody, how you all doing? Well, I'm back here again for number 2 in my series of live drawing for your pleasure and for the promotion of my Kickstarter, which is called Astrokitty in Urfspace, which is my book that you can currently find kickstarting now at the address on your screens. I'm doing today's show a little later than yesterday. Oops. That's because I couldn't get myself organized. One, I couldn't get myself organized any earlier. And 2, I'm trying out some different times for this, with the thought of maybe doing these a little more regularly after, if this Kickstarter is somewhat successful. If it's not successful, maybe I'll still do them. If it is successful, maybe I'll still do something else. It's really hard to know. Keep jumping around all over the place. So what am I going to do today? All right, here we go. I've got a drawing of somebody I'm going to draw. All right, this is a real life Astrokitty. I haven't drawn it before. I don't know. Yeah, things are falling over here. Hang on. Yeah, I'm also sort of evolving this setup here a little bit. One day, it'll all be very organized. All right, here we go. Okay, I haven't been drawing yet today as well, so these are good little exercises. But I was drawing last night, and they came out. And again, I looked at them this morning, and I was like, okay, they came out a bit better than I thought. I don't know. This is a bit different. Okay, because all right, I'm veering quite a bit more into the realm of portraiture here. Because she has very big black eyes, so that's interesting. All right, I don't know if it's even looking slightly like that at this point. And also, I've never met this person, but I've heard their music. That's the first clue. The second clue is that, like me, they're somewhat involved in puppetry. I think she's probably slightly more involved in puppetry. And I'm doing this from a reel rather than a still, which just makes things a bit harder. Oh, have I left myself like the ears are going to go out of the room? All right, okay, the room. All right, here we are, doing what we do best. I'm sorry to say. I don't know if this is what I do best. I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's a character. I'm not sure it's what I do best. We'll see. I'm a bit funny on her. I always say that though. Well, you know what? If we don't like it, we can just say okay. But I don't try not to judge my work. When you're in the middle of it, it can look horrible. And then you try and correct it. So it gets better. All right. I'm going to make her a bit cuter because I do think she's quite cute. All right. Well, if you know her, you can probably recognize her at this point. Right, but she's doing I picked this frame because she's doing a finger point. And I was trying to draw a finger point yesterday. If you remember, I did Space Gen, and I went a bit crazy on Space. So I had sort of success earlier in that session with doing an outfit where I did Astrokitty's face and I put it on the body, but then later I sort of did it with Space Gen, but I sort of pre-drew it, and it was a really complicated outfit with like all these things sticking out all over the place. So really, that one probably I should, I started that one late, and probably should have done that. Started it early and done it all night, and maybe as we go along, I'll do some longer drawings here. But can you hear me? This is going out right. Looks like it. All right. Well, say hello if you're stopping by. Look, I know there's a lot of shit going on right now. Some people are having a really terrible time. I don't have the solution to that. Some music and art, help you through the tough times. There we go. So this person's in a band that, well, I don't really know them that well, other than I met their founder, who's a guy named Dave Jurgens. He follows me. He was introduced to me by Teresa Moore, who was a friend I met at an art gallery. And so she was in another band with Dave, Black Crow King, and also Hernan, who is aka Simon Ferocious, Simon Ferocious did the amazing song War that is on the Future Sounds of Urfspace album, as did this person, who is Samantha Lake. And well, I don't really know if she has if she has a cat name. That's a good question. But she's the lead singer of Dave's band, the Angry Tunes. Well, I think they're equal partners. There's 4 of them, and they dress up in crazy outfits and sing very loud punk music, like California garage punk, I would say. That's its very best. And one of those tracks that they let me use on the Future Sounds of Urfspace album is Farrier of the Swamp, which is an epic story that goes on for about 7 minutes that I put on to sort of destroy everybody towards the end of that album. And in Farrier of the Swamp, I don't know, well, you have to buy the album, the CD, and then you'll get the lyrics booklet, when you read the lyrics booklet, you'll learn what's really going on in the Farrier of the Swamp. It's basically he's making the armor for the Cajun Raiders who are riding their gators. I love it. Like Dave's quite into like fantasy gaming and all that sort of stuff too. So we had that in common. So I really wanted that, and I've used it on a lot of the sort of videos I've done with sort of Art for Goodman Games and stuff like that. And but it's actually got some amazing like guitar riffs where it's just sort of like they're kind of going off and going boom 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 boom. I got it. I'm a bit off centre. Yeah, a bit sensitive. And I don't know. Like also, it's a bit wobbly. Let me move this back a bit. Here we go. More on the screen. All right. Yeah, I don't know if I need this to be more upright, perhaps, because I am drawing at a bit of an angle here with the camera. And that's got to be lopsided. All right. That's not. It's a lot of things to do at once. I got to draw and talk and sort out my camera. And like this whole desk is a complete mess. But I spent all day working on like doing an update for the Kickstarter. Look, the Kickstarter started. Appreciate you guys are holding out on me. Maybe you've seen it all before. I don't know. But I think there's some good work on there. Where was I going? All right, so yeah, here's Samantha. So she sings away on that track, and I'm very proud and excited to have it on the Future Sounds of Urfspace. So yes, definitely. Yeah. So the post I made today was a lot about. What's my thinking behind what I'm doing in Astrokitty? Because I realise if you've been sort of following some of my other stuff, you're like, wait, what's he doing? First he's doing this, and now he's doing that. And all right, yeah, I've been going through a lot of phases, but I've sort of been doing this sort of stripping down the engine and rebuilding it. I think in the end I'm just going to end up back where I started. I'm still doing like things for Goodman Games. I think it's sort of really helped me get some better work going there, and like also my comics and Pufil. I'm going to do more of that soon too, but I got it. This book it burned a hole. It's got like there's a lot of stuff. I guess some of that stuff is quite sort of like masculine. I've been doing this sort of exploring of feminine energy. That sort of ties in with my acupuncture Tai Chi practice. But I did this cat character, Mooncat. He was sort of like Darth Vader. I had this thing, I can't remember. Luke Skywalker was like a pope. He was Luke. He was Puke Flybrain or something like that. I can't remember. And they all went round in like flying cassette recorders and things. Or I think the Millennium Falcon. Oh God, what was it? It was like a flying saucepan or something. I can't really remember. It was pretty juvenile, but I was like 10 when I did it. I was quite happy with it. And actually, I did that for a while. It was my first long project where I just sort of kept doing it no matter what. So yeah, Pufil wasn't my first by far. And one day I'll get together the Book of Mooncat. Apparently I found it the other day. Oh my God, now there's a lot about it. I don't have it on hand. But all right, so I think I sort of realised that Astrokitty is probably related to that, that was sort of based off. Jonathan Lemon talked to me about this because he also knew that there was this show in the UK called Mooncat with Beryl Reid, who was an older woman comedian who was, she was a very funny lady. And she came up with this puppet Mooncat. So, it goes back to puppets again and cats. And, hello. Slightly sexy top here. That goes back to those days, and then you watch sort of Tony Hart and people like that on the TV, and they would do that sort of live painting, and I got into all this live drawing and painting in 2019. I'd sort of been, there's two things that were happening. It's the same thing, which was I was really sort of trying to get to the roots of like drawing and like my style and what I like to do, and and I wanted to do some live drawing, and I heard that they were this thing called Dr. Sketchies, and some of the cartoonists I knew were going there, like including Jeff Plotkin, and I went along there, and I met a few people there. Jeff was there, and that's where I met Greg and a guy named Rhino, and Rhino Picasso, who's like he's like a 49ers super fan. And they used to do the Hubba Hubba review, and these happened at the DNA Lounge. And the Hubba Hubba review would be, I don't know, like Monday nights, and then we'd go in on Tuesday nights, and we would draw the burlesque models. We draw the burlesque models, I guess, on their off night, on their day off or whatever. But they'd be all dressed up and all that, and looking pretty good. And we'd do the art, and we'd hand it up, and then at the end the model would pick their 3 favourites, and and actually mine got picked a couple of times, and I would be like, oh wow, that's good, because I hadn't really done any of that sort of drawing much at all. I mean, I'd done like all my comic drawing and all this sort of stuff. So I just sort of got a little more into just drawing. I didn't go to art school, in case you were wondering. I think people who went to art school probably know I didn't go to art school. But I never really liked the idea of art school. I just felt like it was going to sort of teach you to draw like art school. Which wasn't really what I wanted. I don't know, there were sort of some underground comics and things that I saw that I really liked. And one of those came up the other day, the thing Watermelon. That I'd sort of forgotten. I'd been ages trying to find it, and then I was sort of remotivated to try and find it again, and then I found it. And that was sort of being done in the south coast of England. And that had some pretty amazing things in it that really blew my mind at the time. And I already sort of liked the Freak Brothers and Robert Crumb. Those are the things that really kind of got me pretty quite interested in drawing. Aside from liking Judge Dredd, but I never really, all that is very heavy-handed. I'm more like the humor aspect as well, and like the cartoon drawing. But and there's a good tradition of sort of comic cartoons, and that's where I would sort of get it. My dad liked to do that, and he would get cartoons published in the paper and stuff. But it wasn't really his job, but he would do it, and he liked to do it. And that's obviously where I got it from. And he had like the sort of books on the subject that I would read. Penguin Book of Comics, that was pretty good. That's where I learned about like the Yellow Kid and things like that. So I sort of doing this simplification process after doing all the search books, which really were a lot of work, and they really required a lot of thinking and all that. But sort of mindset that you had to get into, and I did enjoy doing them a lot. And but they were quite a lot of work, and I just wanted to sort of do something more simple. And I sort of learned a lot as well just from doing them. So then I wanted to sort of figure out what is more my own style. And I sort of had to sort of break down, and I was sort of sketching in my sketchbook, and I was actually feeling a bit flummoxed. I was like, I don't really know, what am I doing? Where am I going? Some things I liked, some things I didn't like, and I couldn't quite figure out what I was liking and what I didn't like. And there are a couple of things that happened. I mean, I was in Chicago, and I got to go to the Fields Museum. And that was very meaningful, like, because they had all this sort of Mesoamerican art there on display, and just sort of art and cultural objects and things. And there was something about that I really liked. Obviously, you can tell from my accent that I'm from England. England. Trouble is, I can do any accent I like, I can do the Irish accent. But, I guess this is the one I got drums into my head as a kid. Well, not really, I don't know, not really. It's what I absorbed as a kid. I didn't have a bad childhood. It's like quite privileged. So, you can hear that, all right. What am I going to do about it? I don't know. I think Russell Brand probably speaks like me. Russell Brand. All right. So fuck that. Fuck Russell Brand. And fuck all that shit in England. I thought, well, I'll come to America. And I did. And I came to the East Coast. And that was one thing, and I didn't like that a bit too much. Like New York, like, oh my god, that's in my head in. It's like, oh, like London was bad enough. I'd already lived in London. I didn't really like London, and what we gonna do? I was working in Basingstoke. I got the chance to come out here, and I was, and I took some art courses, and oh my god, I'm giving you my whole life story. Do you want my life story? You're getting it. People are tuning in. There's Tina. Hello. Hi, Tina. It's Bruce here too. Hi, Bruce. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Tina. Yeah, Tina says she likes the expression on her face. She looks like a warm person. And yeah, I would definitely say that she looks like a warm person. I also say I haven't met her. But she seems like she's got a lot of personality and and is very cool. And and I love her. I love her work. So there we go. So I mean, this is sort of something I want to do a bit more. Like during the Kickstarter, that gives me a bit of an excuse to sort of do things like this. So, well, I don't know. Put your work out there. It's difficult. Get your work out there, and it's just another thing to do. And they're quite nerve-wracking, and everyone's a bit sick of them by now. And all this shit's going on everywhere. Stupid shit. I'm trying to make sense of it all by being even stupider. That's been the mission of my life. I don't know what to tell you. I think generally, if you ask me where I am politically, I'm sort of Bernie Sanders guy. Definitely a Bernie guy. But not one of those Bernie guys that then went over to the dark side. I think they got confused. Dear, oh dear. I don't know if the current lot is good to, I don't know. I mean, I know they're terrible, but they're so sort of stupid as well. But I suppose that's how they get away with it. I mean, I understand. I mean, I read it like the first time he got in power. I read the rise part of the rise and fall of the Third Reich, because I was fairly familiar, I suppose, with the second part of, the World War II. Like that's when my sort of history lessons began, and I learned World War II, and I learned American history. My O-level history teacher, for some reason, thought we all needed to learn about the Cuban Missile Crisis and President Johnson, Lyndon B. Johnson. Oh, he was so boring. I was like, oh my god, I just thought Johnson was the most boring. But Kennedy. Somehow all that got somewhat drummed into me. Khrushchev, Kennedy and Khrushchev, up to the current, more or less current times, and then I was pretty aware Clinton came along. I like Clinton a lot. I mean, I saw him in a primary or some sort of debate. It wasn't a sort of stand-up debate. They were sort of sitting around. And I was like, wow, he was like so better than everybody. And that was actually after, but that must have been after I first came to here. And I came when I was on the East Coast, and I didn't like it that much. It was fine. I mean, those things I did like. I was like, it's not. That was in 91, yes. So I think, or was that after? I can't remember. That may have been just after. God, I really can't remember now. Which came first, chicken or the egg? But but when I did come out, when I came out to San Francisco, California, I was like, oh no, this is more like it. And I was like that. And like I said, I'd always liked those comics. I didn't have a particular. I wasn't thinking, I have to get over here, but Charles got me over. All right, and then I've been sort of fumbling along with my art. I was sort of doing it, and bit by bit, I got into doing Pupil. I just liked doing that. I did sort of day jobs, working in graphic design, print production. Having a good time. But I really enjoyed getting into doing some art, and then so this simplification. Then I was sort of doing these drawings, and then I got more and more into doing it without any pencil or underdrawing, as you may notice I'm doing now. Which is a bit cheesy. It's a lot harder. There's sort of things like fine comic book inking. You really need it sort of penciled, and then you have to be really careful with your brush strokes. So this needs to be more something tool that you can draw on. I'm still sort of mucking around a bit with tools. I'm sort of right now. Hopefully I'm gonna evolve over the next few weeks. And it's all right. I know you're waiting for me to do some good work before you really get on this Kickstarter thing. So I'm working on it now. I don't know if I should give her any more shading. Really, I think I kind of like what I got there. It's good. Okay, well, let's see. Now I'll cheat about some words. Let's see. Well, I'm probably going to get complete. We'll see how we're doing. Might end up with like me screaming angrily at people. No, I'm just kidding. Sharpies give a nice line. The trouble is that they're not so archival. But then also, I can scan it in, so I don't know, like, where's archival begin? Which is more archival, paper or a scan? Wait, why did I put an N in there? I was supposed to do a hyphen. So I was talking about scan, and Astronomy Kitty. Astro. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Astro. Okay, Astro. And sometimes these things just don't make sense. Astro. So I'll carry on Kitty. Astro, which is a little hyphen. Astro. Kitty. Okay, it's really hard to think about talking while you're writing letters. But that makes them come out fun. So okay. Well, I'm doing it IE. Sometimes I do it IE too. I haven't even quite decided why I do that. Okay, because that's too much talking. Stop talking. All right. Well, okay, I'm doing Astrokitty. It's not usually Astrokitty. It's Astrokitty. But then it's also angry. Angry Tunes, which is the band of which Samantha Lake here is the lead singer. And, one of the many amazing women that have an inspiring effect on me and made me want to make Astrokitty in Urfspace, which is definitely it's a celebration of the feminine divine. But it's also the story of this cartoon band that I've been putting together with Isaac Bonnell. So me and Isaac, we decided why let the gorillas and the chipmunks have all the fun. I mean, we're a bit more along the lines of Josie and the Pussycats, I suppose, but here we are, and we're doing it. And, we got a new EP that's coming out, and it's going to have Isaac on it, and I think it's going to have Air King Sound on it, aka Thomas, and I don't know who else might be on it, but it's just going to be a little EP for now, but it might grow into an album. With your support on Kickstarter, oh my god, we need your support on Kickstarter. Get on over there and back this shit. Sorry. All right, wait, I think I need a little color in here. Okay, I've got this old red marker. This is okay. Okay. I can always get confused about this because she doesn't really have very red lips, but let's put a little red in here. And, well, again, not that red, it's more brown, but okay. Do that, and then we get one more down here. That might kill it. I think it's good. A little bit of colour makes it good because I'm going to put it all in there. I want to. Wait, we're supposed to do that. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Okay. Look. It's not unless you try, do you? I mean, my brain's saying, my pen's going to run out before I get it done. But my heart's saying, oh, go on, just do it. Just do it. Actually, you see, what I've learned is that when a marker is running out, you can get some quite good effects with it. Sometimes it's better. I probably should have saved it up so it was running out of it. Next time, I'll remember that. Alright, yes, so like Samantha here. Ooh, hello. Texting me all hours of the night. Alright, well, let's really just use this pen up a bit. Oh, now I'm wondering if I should. What's that going to look like? A little more shading. Hang on. Alright, yeah, sometimes you just got to keep hacking it away. Then it gets better. Alright. Alright. Juice back and put the lid on for a minute. It's got a little life left in it. I don't know. Are you an art supply hoarder? I'm an art supply hoarder. I mean, no matter how old they are, I'm like, I'll still use it up. And so, like, then one day I'll check it and it's dried out. And I'm like, okay, that's not good. That's the only way I'll ever get rid of it. But, you know. All right, there we go. Let's see. Can you read it? All right. Back. Astro Angry Tunes Kitty. I probably should have said that on Kickstarter. Kickstarter now. All right. Well, you don't have to do it now. You got a month. All right. Let's do another one. That's fine. Think you could do better? Come on the show. Right, I go a bit loopy if I'm just sitting here talking to myself, to be honest. In case you hadn't noticed. Alright. I could put some crazy music on. Alright, let's try some music. Alright, who am I going to draw now? Now, I've noticed on places like Twitch and stuff that definitely, if I'm doing a better draw, I don't know, there's certain things that will get more viewers, I don't know. But I'm not very good at pandering to my audience, what can I tell you? But, you know, that said, I'm completely open to requests. All right. Well, last night we listened to Future Pop, which was all right. It was a bit crazy. Should we try it? Let's try Chill Hop. What's that going to sound like? All right. Well, I might try Sumatra again another day. Let's see, who else we got here? All right. Let's see how this one comes out. This is someone who just followed me on TikTok by the name of Well, we'll see. We'll see how it comes out before. It could come out completely wrong in space, but she's got quite a good sort of space gem look. So let's have a go at that. All right, I'm going to try and now I'm getting clued into what I'm doing. I'm going to look over there, and doesn't it? Can you see that? Should I be drawing it in a thicker pen? It should be. All right. Well, I started it this way now. Actually, had a ton of good poses and looks that I really liked. So, right. Now, what's going to be tricky about this one? She's wearing glasses. It seems really challenging. There's some like crazy crucifix there. Oh, not crucifix, but cross. Crucifix. Have the risen lords attached to it, which I don't think these glasses did. That would be a look. That's another day. Right, she's got her eyes really closed. Probably a bit more. Yeah, this is just a screenshot. It's really hard to get the right screen grab, but we just grab one. Now, she has quite a lot of facial jewelry. Let's see how that goes. Alright, well, she's kind of funny, so alright. It's going to get kind of funny. Alright, what is going on here? Alright. Well, something like 5. A bit too much. Just a bit too much crucifix. Lines. And lines. No, crucifix, then dispatch. Well, okay. You're a bit cute before I finish. Quite cute. No, I don't really know with tattoos. Yeah, sometimes I find sometimes I don't. Funny little monster tattoo. Yeah, I'm quite happy with it. Then you'll know who it is. Well, she's Rumpelstiltskin on TikTok. TikTok. Now, how she came by the name Rumpelstiltskin, I don't know. Assuming that Rumpelstiltskin was like a gnome who had a spinning wheel or something. Alright, well, maybe. Actually, I suppose that makes sense. Yeah, Rumpelstiltskin did have something to do with fashion, didn't he? Anybody knows the true story of Rumpelstiltskin, please let us know. We'd love to know that. Right, let's go there. Ooh, this is okay, so I'll try red or pink really there. Ooh, lots of leopard spots. Why do they look good? Is it because it's like we're going to get eaten in the jungle? We killed a leopard. I don't really get it. I mean, I get it. I don't really get it. I don't know, if you've studied these things, you're some sort of psychologist, you've got some idea what's going on in the human brain, it's cool. I mean, normally when I'm drawing, I don't sort of talk to myself the whole time, but I get used to it. I'm nervous. All right, well, Rumpelstiltskin, this is what you get for your troubles. Now use that red again. Now, actually, what would be really good would be a pink highlight pen. I wonder if I've got this on that. Well, I can find a purple felt. Oh, here's a pink paint pen. Okay. Well, I didn't really with black lips. I should plan to. Hold on. Well, this is really my fault because I really took it when I was half open, but you know, if you buy my Kickstarter, maybe I could afford some proper markers. That'd be nice. Great. Here we go. Oh, once again, I'm doing it so you can't see most of it. Oh well. A bit more of it down here. So I'll turn this off now. We can use that on. I'm using these Sharpie paint pens. Just in case anyone who's interested in stationery and things like that is watching. Some people I know are quite into that sort of stuff. Now, just a character here. I don't know if I'd be a good tattoo artist. Who would want a nice lobster tattoo? Now, obviously, this is someone I've ever met. It's someone who followed me on Kickstarter, on TikTok this week. So that's good. TikTok followers. And apparently her name is Rumpelstiltskin, or their name is Rumpelstiltskin. Just looking for that gender. I don't know why I thought this would be a everything draw, but it was basically her energy that I like. That's what it comes down to. Actually, the yellow top there as well. Yeah, what's problematic with this is that the star in the photo is like that waved thing, and I go, oh, very Where am I? All right. Okay. How's that? Well, I'm not looking at the comments yet. Pete. Oh, thank you, Pete. Should I do another one? I don't know. What's the time? All right, it's 9 o'clock. All right, yeah, no, that's 2. I think I could do one more. I think I've got one more in me. It's getting a bit late. I didn't start till 8. All right. Tell you what, I'm going to put a video on for a minute, and then I'll be right back. All right, here we go. Let's do one more. 3 is probably good enough. And then once I get going, I'm just going to do more. Well, I'm going to start a bit earlier tomorrow. That's my plan. Paper. All right, now I found a very black and white model for Cadaverous. Well, let's see. It's a good place. Right. Got some drapery, some hair. All right, I'll try. Okay, I'm really going to try and be quite careful on this one because I think you deserve it. I probably should figure out how to get more viewers on TikTok and places. Right, well, we can look around here. All right. Well, it's only when you really start drawing them and then you really start doing details of that costume. So, makeup. Yeah, oh my gosh, it's if you're a musician and you want to listen to music, I mean, I could just play the album while I do that. I probably should be doing that. Okay. Nah, it's got some wacky bangs going on here. Little things happening in the hair all around there, like well, I give you one guess which he's sitting. And it's on tombstone. I don't know if you're in an actual graveyard, I'll just let them all close it. See, DOS models make it very easy to draw in black and white. It's very black and white. Alright, but even then, there's some shades of grey. This is usually where I like to get this messy and just watch. Like that's when DOS models is cheated for. It really just like, because you can't really, I mean, if it's to ward off vampires, I think it really works if you believe it. That was the rule at some point. I'm going to assume she's Christian. That is the Christian thing to do. Well, let's see. I mean, you don't have to worry about every detail. I mean, you can do. I mean, that's, you know, then you'll be Brian Baldwin. You'll be like, oh, yeah, you did every detail. Alright, now I'm going to sort of zoom out a bit because you get into all that detail, and then you sort of lose the big picture. Okay. Let's break it down. This is where you really want to come up with. Now we can the hair's going to figure this out. Yeah, good. Where am I headed? Where am I going? Alright. We've got a hand coming up here. At some point, you know, you can commit to some shit, but what is this? Okay, is this? There's something. These thought processes is just different from the AI goes through. It must be. Look at that, they don't really understand it. Well, you just have to understand it, yeah. Okay. It's a bit like when you sort of follow the map and then that's what you're supposed to be. You're like, okay. Good. Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to be. Okay, here now. Is that right? Right. Wait, okay, It's obviously a warm day because it looks like she's been wearing hot leather coats. Okay, hot leather coat. Just take it off. This sort of people actually this is sort of that's very this is where I'm supposed to be today. Sitting on the Zoom phone. Oh dear. All right. Looks like Alright, I'm going to have to kind of splash a lot of black around here. Alright, okay, calm down. It changed the artists. With this in the head, so to speak. Someone else will make more sense. Come in with the ink in a minute. I think I'm going to take a brush out for this. Alright. Alright, so with that, okay, I'm going to just read now. Okay, did she get too elongated? I thought, no, she's quite elongated. Okay. So I have faith. Right, what she's supposed to be. Yeah. Alright, well, this is how the sausage gets made, folks. Alright, now I'm going to get inky with it. Ooh, lots of lovely black. Out of the song, I see a red door, and I want to paint it black. As the wise man once said, Obviously, there's quite a lot of black. Big as hell. She's got. Right. Which is some sort of self-testing. We gotta do now, because I found my white. Oh, my voice gone. I found my white hat from yesterday. Here we go. All right, what has happened here? Redo over here, all right. Okay, I think that's about it. Well, she's got a cell, but let's see. All right, there we go, folks. Let me just put in a couple of notes in the chat here. We've got the comments in there, that's Kaylee Cadaverous. So we got who else do we have? Let's see. Oh, okay. There's Kaylee Cadaverous. There's Snapflake of Angry Tunes, and here is Rumpelstiltskin on TikTok. All right, thank you, everybody. I'm going to get the spelling right on this, please. Hello. All right. I'm planning to be back tomorrow in the afternoon for a bit, trying different times. Won't be here at the weekend. Yeah, and then we'll be back again on Monday. Probably Monday afternoon again. We'll see how it goes tomorrow afternoon. So check in then and go to YouTube/Urfspace to see recordings of this and past shows. Yeah. All right. I'll play the titles. All right. Bye, everybody.
Here's a theme song for Chuck Whelan Showy. He asked me to write one, but I stole from David Bowie. Here's a theme song. Chuck Whelan is the best. We have lots of hosts, but we're running out of gas. Will you be our guest on? Will you be our guest on? Be on the Chuck Whelan Show. Whoa, 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 whoa. If you're gonna have a show